Welcome to SickFlix. We're the Demsicks family, mostly guys, you might notice, but there is one woman for your visual availability. Anyway, we are here to review movies. We love movies, and we're deciding if we think movies are SickFlix or not. We are today talking about Ex Machina, and this is our Redbox film of the week.
I did watch it on Redbox. You guys watch the Redbox?
Maybe,
I think
because that's legal.
Still available on Redbox.
So you can watch it on iTunes or Redbox, not on Netflix yet, but maybe will someday. So we're going to talk about it. Ex Machina is the story of an android and its birth into consciousness.
Its inventor.
And its inventor, and it's a really interesting three-person, kind of four, act movie. Just three and a half people are in it.
Characters, that's it. Very small cast.
And it's in basically one location, and it's about the idea of human consciousness and especially AI, artificial intelligence. So, John Peter, what did you think of the film?
It was not as original as it thought it was trying to be, I felt.
Okay.
And just not as interesting as I thought it would be. So,
okay.
Keep it at that for now.
All right. Kate?
I did feel like it wasn't as entertaining as I thought it was going to be. I love sci-fi movies, and so I guess I was a little disappointed in the excitement. It wasn't as exciting as I wanted it to be.
I told you it was going to be slow.
There was a very interesting dance scene
That
that I enjoyed.
Oh, you did?
Very much.
Okay.
It made me
I
laugh.
told you it was going to be very slow, though, right? You were thinking going in thinking
You told me
slow.
it was going to be slow.
Okay.
You mentioned it to me. I don't think you mentioned
I
it.
thought
think
you
you
were all
mentioned it to
there.
me. No, I was really ready for what you told me actually was more that it was like I might not be able to handle it because it was such an intense movie. So I guess I was expecting it to be.
It was raw. It was very raw. I don't know if I'd say intense.
Well, I was surprised. I will say that you recommend, because Robert is the one who recommended us watching this film, and I will say I was surprised about the huge amount of nudity was involved in this movie that you recommended it.
Okay. I'm not a fan of nudity, but a
Yeah,
lot of
because
the nudity was
nudity usually really
an
bothers you
android
in
that
films.
wasn't. It was like plastic. It wasn't really even.
They were real.
That was not plastic, my friend.
It looked like plastic.
That was a real human being.
Full frontal nudity.
It looked like plastic.
There was full frontal and full
behind.
rear.
With everything.
Some butts.
And there was a lot of butts.
Not for children, no. So that's good we get that in there. Parental
that's right,
guide.
yeah.
This is not for your kids.
Not
Definitely
for
We
to watch
probably won't
after the kids
advertise
go to
this
bed.
to the youth group.
Yeah.
A lot of nudity.
Don't send this to the youth. Don't watch this.
And if nudity bothers you, you should not watch this film until it comes out on TV, and then it'll be much shorter because there's a
There might be
lot
some
of nudity
cropped
scenes,
images.
and it won't make sense because there's so. I will say it was relatively important to the plot. I don't think they needed to show as much, but it was important.
Maybe
to the
that's
plot.
what I was thinking when I thought of the raw. Like maybe you couldn't handle it. That's what I was trying.
Yeah.
I just.
Okay.
Of course, the female form isn't going to bother Kate.
Yeah.
But still, it just regardless, male, female, the way it's shot in a very sort of intense, raw way.
Okay. But anyway, any other comments, Kate?
I thought it was well acted. I thought both
Yeah.
actors did a great job, and the main actress did a great job. The other actress doesn't talk, but she still did a good job. Kyoko, or the girl, the android girl.
The android girl, the main.
I don't know what her
android
real
girl.
name is,
Yeah.
but she was.
She's a foreign actress.
Ava.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
a
she's
foreign
Swedish.
actress. She was
Swedish.
Swedish
Yeah.
ballerina.
First really thing I've seen her in. I think maybe first major film she's been in.
She's been in other
I've seen
stuff.
a couple things with her,
but
but
this is
Oh,
definitely
not
her
the same level.
main role.
breakout. And I
First
thought
breakout.
the guy did a good American accent. I'm really impressed with accents. I think because I've seen so many actors and actresses just go in and out, and they can't really hold one, and they're difficult. Accents can be difficult
you've
to
seen
do.
a
So
lot of Leonardo DiCaprio films, then.
I have, and so
The guy can never hold an
No,
accent.
he can't. He's not his forte.
No.
He's also
the guy that he
quite
brings
short.
in,
Yeah.
what's his name? I can't remember his name either, but I thought he did a good job, and he held his accent the whole time, and I was impressed with that.
Was this the inventor or the programmer?
The programmer.
The programmer. Yeah.
Because he's Irish, and he did it.
Oh,
I
and
have to say, I know it's on my
I didn't even
trivia.
notice.
Definitely, the programmer was, to me, the most interesting character.
He
I
was
thought
very
he did a
interesting,
really
The
good
main
job.
character. Yeah.
Well, in some ways, the
I don't know that there really was a main character. I mean,
who is the dingbat guy? Who's
I would say
the Duff. You know, the blah guy.
what are you talking about?
You talking about the inventor?
No, the inventor was the guy I'm talking about. The really interesting guy.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
the
no, we're
blonde
talking
guy.
about the
Is the one
programmer.
she's
There's
Oh
Okay.
no, he was nothing. He was like they might as well gotten a cardboard cutout.
What I was going to
Later
say.
voices
later voice
behind him.
That's
Like,
amazing.
And he's a blah character. Like he was kind of a schmuck. Like
What
he
I was
didn't
gonna say
have
is I
anything
thought-
great about him. He was definitely not intelligent.
Well,
He started out-
Like,
he was very ill-used.
and it was totally his own fault.
Yeah,
So he was very naive.
And I thought the actor
I thought
was
the actor played him very well. But if that's what he was playing. is this
I do think
naive-
that was kind of the
You're playing
intention.
this sort of naive idiot that thinks maybe he's a genius. I think it was
Could be.
very well played.
could be.
Yeah.
He definitely was not a genius.
No, I mean if you were relating to him the whole time and trying to think maybe this guy will get it together, you got screwed.
That's the problem. Is the film like sets you up to relate to this blank guy, and you're like, oh my god,
See,
this guy's kind of
I was never relating to
pud.
him at all. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny.
So, Kate, or do you have anything else?
It's fine. Continue.
any negatives or whatever things you didn't like about it?
Yeah, I thought that it was underwhelming for me. I thought the ending was a little disappointing.
Really, the ending.
Thought the ending was a little disappointing.
Wow.
Okay, spoiler alert. I thought that just like her leaving and the guy was just like left there. Like I don't know. I wanted more to happen with their relationship. I wanted more
I'm glad
resolution.
you at least mentioned spoiler alert before you said that. It is hard to talk about this film without
And not
talking about
mention
the
the
ending.
ending because it's a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was
Of whether you
disappointed.
like it or not.
I thought that her whole thing of being human and her wanting freedom so much, obviously, but then lacking remorse and care for him, who obviously like fell in love with her, and
Right.
the fact that she was just like didn't even care that she left him. It wasn't even a moment of her like remembering that he was even in that room. Like she just
Right.
took off. So I was a little disappointed. I was like, I thought she was supposed to be human. She's got all these complex emotions, and
Absolutely.
yet that
But
totally
that's
was
what's
missing.
part of her guile, like as being truly feminine. She can't be. The fact that she was able to.
What are you saying there, Robert?
Well,
Truly feminine people are evil
No,
monsters
no,
who
no.
just
She was
manipulate
a bad
emotions.
guy.
I'm just saying it's a common trait to have.
Oh!
A little bit of guile.
And I can hear the women desubscribing to our channel. I just click on unsubscribing.
Okay, it's not just female, but obviously male as well. So it's a common human trait.
Is it only two
How's that
options?
fair?
You
Human
think
trait.
so?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
We're all selfish, and the fact that she was able to develop the sort of selfish guile trait first, or strongest, I thought was excellent, actually. And the foreshadowing of the inventor basically letting you know that's what's going to happen, I liked that.
Yeah.
But I did think the inventor was probably the most predictable character of the movie, that you kind of knew exactly how he was going to come out, and he was maybe the most traditional for an AI film. The inventor was just who you'd expect him to be, But I did think the programmer was actually the blah guy that you're all making fun of. That was the most unique, one of the most unique things about this film versus every other.
It's
AI
a bold
film.
choice to have a
Yeah.
2D cardboard character
No.
who
To
has
have-
really
he
nothing
wasn't-
interested about whatsoever.
To have a guy that really actually, I think,
haven't seen that
to
since
be
Twilight.
fair, I think he grabbed all of your interest and then let you down. And that's the thing that you're holding
It's a
against
bold
him.
choice.
Yeah.
To
and
make
that's-
it seem like they're going to make an interesting
Right.
character and then have him be
No,
That's what
seemed
I
like
was
he-
trying to say, was
No,
that
it
he
seemed like he
seemed
was-
interesting and
No,
that
he
it-
was interesting, and you thought he was going to be the hero, but then he wasn't. And that's what I absolutely loved about the movie, is the fact that he was someone who they made you root for, and they crushed your
You
hopes.
like being
I
disappointed?
do think they did that.
I
They
did
did
want
do that.
They did that on purpose.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
But
And
they
I
didn't do it
he did
right, I think.
excellently.
Okay.
And I loved the fact that you realized by the end he's not the hero, that she's the hero actually, and I thought that was so
Or
well done.
villain.
Whoa,
I think
whoa.
villain might
You
be
think
more
she's the
appropriate.
hero?
Yeah, and the villain, maybe an anti-hero, but yes, the hero of the fact that
Okay.
she was caged. And she
Uh-huh.
broke out of her cage, and she had to use a little guile to do it.
Interesting.
But I think she was the hero. Yes.
So
and
you
I-
know this film is a Frankenstein film, right?
Yeah. Well, I was rooting for Frankenstein.
So you weren't.
You were Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, Frankenstein
Okay,
was the doctor.
I was rooting for the monster. Yes.
Thank
And
you.
I was very excited the way it ended, and I kind, you know,
So that's why you actually liked the monster in it.
That's correct.
The sadistic killer, I don't care about people, I just want to kill them.
To free myself from this horrible, torturous cage, yes.
Wow.
So I think she...
But she could have,
She
I
really
think
pulled
she
it
could
all
have
off.
gone back, got
happy.
her
I don't
dude that
think,
she
like,
may fall in
even in
love with her.
Frankenstein, the monster was like you were supposed to feel that for the monster in Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay,
You have
understandable and everything.
Yeah.
When you saw...
Oh, maybe Frankenstein's the real monster.
When you saw all the
and
robots...
everything, but
Okay,
that I don't think that was
spoilers here.
That wasn't-
some
more
positive
spoilers.
relationships.
Yeah, that wasn't there at all. I felt like in this movie.
When you saw all the bodies, though, John Peter, of the former, like, 2.0, 2.1, 2.2 versions that had all been killed just without a thought, that didn't make you feel for her at all?
No.
That, I thought, was,
I
that
will
was
give
the
you that.
way they were trying
No,
to grab
I'll give you
and
that.
realize
I did
she
feel
was
bad
the
for
one
her.
most
And then she
suppressed.
skinned it.
But she did.
Then-
She
then-
just like
then she-
peeled their skin off. Put
Yeah,
on
she
her.
didn't care about the other
There wasn't
robots.
pain for them to be skinned. You know, they were...
Still a
But
little-
why didn't she
dead
free
body.
the other robots if she cared about robots?
Well, she helped use her other friend to help her out.
No,
Yeah,
see,
well,
what
and then
also,
left her there.
She could've
Also,
gone
since
with her.
we're doing spoilers,
Yeah.
why did he? What Yoko Ono, whatever her name
I
is? She
But
he
Kyoto.
just
She was manipulated.
well no, he just let this other AI out when he had the other one locked up.
Yeah.
Yes, because he specifically, clearly, what they didn't really state.
You can't watch this review until after you see the movie. So
Yeah,
make sure you watch the movie
At this
first.
point, we're getting deep into spoiler territory. But the Asian girl who ends up, spoiler, being a robot, he didn't give her a high level of intelligence to make her a slave.
It was high enough for her to talk to her and for it to turn on him.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get. Like,
And the idea
that was
is,
inconsistent.
well,
I think
that's
that was
what I
her-
think
that
is
wasn't really an intellectual. That wasn't her intellectual ability. That was just the fact that she had enough emotional fortitude to choose right versus wrong. So I think she was a very dim character in terms of her intelligence. But eventually, she was able to throw off the yoke of rebellion. So she had enough intelligence just for that.
No, that was all trying to show you the girl, the main character, main android's ability to manipulate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that she could
I
she was
don't
so
agree.
intelligent.
I think she manipulated all the other characters.
Including the Asian android with just whispering into her ear. That was the Satan whispering into her ear, just decoding her.
Okay, that's fair.
And
That's
making
fair.
it operate.
There was
so
some manipulation there too, but
Yeah.
on the other hand, I do think that there were some signs and foreshadowing that she wasn't happy in her cage either.
That's true.
Sure, but again,
Yeah,
I think
And
that
she
there
used
were,
that for her benefit.
I
Well,
think
you
that there were
definitely-
missed opportunities. I think that Ava, I would have liked
Ava.
to have seen, Ava would have been a much better character for me if she had freed the robots, even the ones that maybe weren't fully complete. She would have been like, we're getting out of here. The inventor, make him the total bad guy because even though he's intelligent, he made all these things, he kept them slaves. So he's the
fair.
evil one. Let's free all these people.
Yeah.
And the good guy,
Would have made her Ava more good.
and would have made her more good, and he could have gone with them because he really did like her and he was going to free her, so she could have taken him too, so that she could have had some positive relationships.
It's
And
a
that would have made
positive,
her more
happy
interesting
ending,
to
but
me.
that's not the story that they were doing.
That's not what they wanted
Also-
to do.
She
Yeah.
is a. I
I
think
think
it's
would have made better.
the funniest thing to me is when I hear and I saw on the message boards on
Would've made it less
IMDb
intense.
people like trying to make Ava a hero and people trying to like Ava and say that she was good. And I just think it's funny because it's like, wow, you really missed the movie because the whole movie was about Frankenstein, the monster, the doctor, right? Frankenstein, who was really a monster.
Really a monster.
The
That's
programmer, which I really enjoyed. He was a great character to hate. And then how he created another monster, and she's as horrible as he is. She's also a monster, just like in the film of Frankenstein. And the question is really that they're trying to get you to think about is, what really makes someone a monster, and who do you blame?
That's absolutely
and-
right. I completely agree with that, and that's partially why I thought it was such a great film.
I did think it would be funny to have like the sequel, Ex Machina 2, where she's just out there, as a serial killer, like just like it's all.
You definitely feel like on the run, this isn't the best thing for society.
Yeah,
Turning
no,
out there
no, a lot
is
of
not
people
good.
use
I would
that.
agree.
It's basically the android version
While I
of
was rooting
Hannibal
for her in
Lecter.
the movie, in
Yeah.
the real world, I definitely would not want her running around on the loose.
But John Peter, what were you gonna say?
oh, just that he changed the coding so all the doors unlocked
Yeah.
when the power went out.
Yeah,
But then he was locked in there
Yeah.
at the end.
yeah. apparently,
I
I
don't
think.
understand how that happened.
Well, there are some plot and loopholes in the film that were pretty evident to me when I was watching, like the timeline in the end. It jumps around, like it's morning, then it's night at 10 o'clock at night, then it's the next day in times of like a 10-minute amount of cinema that shows you what's happening at every moment, so time couldn't have passed. So that was a little
Actually,
weird.
I think he did say, because
notice
the original plan was
Yeah.
that the inventor was going to be locked in, he did say that he was going to program the doors to open except for his. He was going to
Yeah.
keep the guy trapped. And I
Yes.
think that's the room that he was in. So I think that did actually make sense.
But
But
there were
there
other
were a lot
That's
of
a
continuity
good point.
issues.
Good point. I did one of the other things I liked about Ex Machina was that the way they described the possibility of artificial intelligence, like the science of it, sort of the logic and programming of it, was really well done.
Yeah.
You know, obviously it's not correct because then we would have
It would
AI.
exist.
Yeah.
But the ideas for how we might someday get it were in there, and they were good ideas. They
Yeah.
were
Sure.
they were not just they were logical.
They
I
weren't
could follow them.
totally
Sort of,
just-
sort of like, you know, in Jurassic Park, Crichton did a good job showing how it might be possible to get the mosquito
With the
with
DNA strands.
And we obviously
and
can't do
the
that, but
mosquito,
it's logical. You can follow the thread of science,
It needs to be
and you
believable
could in
enough.
this. It was very believable.
And I will say one of my biggest problems with the film is actually a philosophical one. It's that I think that we have a hard time understanding higher intelligences. So when we try to represent them, we make them unfeeling, and that is philosophically weak and doesn't go in line with what recent neurology studies have shown.
Because
which is
lower
that-
intelligences have highly developed emotions as well.
Well-
like, if you think of like animals, like the lower
They're
intelligence,
less. than
But
we
less
are.
so than us.
but they
Yeah.
they are emotional as well. So
The
this
more
idea that
intelligent you are,
and
the
a
more
high intelligent with low
emotions.
emotions, it doesn't make
It
sense.
does make sense.
Right.
So the reality is, the higher the intelligence level of a creature, the more of an emotional attachment that creature actually typically makes. And so the fact that she was this supposedly high intelligent, now you could get around that by saying, well, he programmed her to be what he thought high intelligence was, which was unemotional. But the problem is
It
emotional.
wouldn't have worked.
It's
That wouldn't have worked.
and
as
emotion.
being actual AI.
Emotion is tied into emotion is tied into will. So desiring freedom so much
Right.
means you're an emotionally
Very
driven,
emotionally complex being.
and then you would also have a lot of emotional attachment to this guy that was the first guy that you see, and
That's
the
fair.
android. So to me, on a philosophical level, it wasn't accurate of what a high intelligence creature would feel. It was a very rudimentary philosophy of that. But as a Frankenstein film, I enjoyed it. And I thought, I actually did like the film more as I thought about it. It's
Which
a
how
film
many
that makes you think.
Frankenstein computer intelligence movies have there been? None. Like all the AI in movies have always made them either to like sort of, you know, the villain that they had no association with as a character, or the really emotional character that you then was the hero.
Yeah.
So there hasn't been any Frankenstein AI movies ever made.
I do think that they could have
I think
done
it's excellent.
a much better job. It was funny too because they had it all. There were 7, and I think they were trying to make it like a 7 days of the week thing. But there were 7 sessions with Ava that he
Yeah.
has. I thought it was a little ridiculous though. Like this was all supposed to happen over 7 days.
Yeah,
That was hard to really
that's true.
accept.
You can accept it in a movie, but you know, in real life the timeline's a little off. Maybe it would have made sense if it was 7 weeks or something. Maybe a little more.
It took one hell of a hike at one point.
Yeah, I know.
All the way up that
it's
mountain.
Like, it's crazy.
It's-
Like, all the
I
things
think
that
they wanted
did
to
in
show how
7 days.
secluded it was, probably. Maybe.
Yeah, as well as beautiful cinematography
Yeah.
throughout the whole film.
Excellent. Yeah, the shot. That's another thing. That's a
And
good point. The
I
camera
really
shots
like
were
when they
amazing.
make a film with a small cast and just one location basically,
Yeah.
and still make it visually available.
Right. Still make it engaging. It was
Yeah.
engaging.
And they did that. But I will say, and I actually didn't
So what do
mind
you
the
think?
pace.
Sick flick or not sick?
I still have to say not sick flick. I do think it's
It's a little too
borderline.
slow.
No, I was gonna say I actually enjoyed the pacing.
It
It's a
was a
slow,
crescendo
but it's a crescendo that
ramped
building
up,
action.
yeah.
If you're gonna watch it if you're ready for a slow paced film because it is slow paced. But that I think was purposefully done. I wouldn't give a call to sick flick because of my main problem with it, which is that to me they didn't make it clear why she turned into a monster enough. because they were trying to hold out the suspense of whether she was a monster. And I think that kind of makes
That's
it
fair.
so...
I don't think they were trying to make that clear, but that's a fair criticism.
Also, if a film is centered around just 3 people, all of them have to be interesting. And I thought that the programmer was such a blah character. I really enjoyed the genius inventor. Awesome character to hate, but awesome character. And I really enjoyed Ava. The actress did a phenomenal job. She
really did.
Great.
She stole the film.
She did an awesome job. But that other guy just was so blah for me. Not a sick flick.
Yeah, pick up Frankenstein, read Frankenstein.
It's better. It is better.
And then YouTube the scene where they're dancing.
Yeah.
You get to do that.
Watch that scene.
Yeah, not sick.
That was an odd scene. That was not my favorite. Okay.
Watchable?
No.
Wow.
That scene, you can go, like I said, go
Yeah.
to YouTube.
Wow.
Look it up.
Okay.
Maybe look up where it's filmed. The scenery.
If I could
The
visit
scenery
that
was
house,
beautiful. Yeah,
Yes.
that house is awesome.
it'd be worth getting killed by the android to visit that house.
She's not there.
You probably don't
Yeah,
really
sure.
like that sort of slow pacing crescendo movies in general.
No, that's not true.
Do you like?
I actually realized since we've been talking about
what about
movies
Godfather?
lately about pacing. I don't care about pacing at all. Like, that's not
Godfather?
something I look at.
Well, I think it was well paced. It was just paced very slow.
Godfather
That
Part
was
2. Did you like those movies?
Yeah.
The Martian. When I criticized The Martian, my problem wasn't that the pacing was too
It was
slow.
uneven.
It was uneven. It
Yeah,
was
it was
unevenly paced.
Right.
This movie had that
Slow
slow
and ramped
build
up.
to crescendo, and I liked it.
Like in The Godfather, or
Yeah.
like in 2001: Space Odyssey. Very slow movies that ramped up at the end.
Yeah.
Which, like Jurassic World, actually was similar. And it did have a bit of a ramp up. That was the one thing I liked about it.
So, Kate, you're still here.
I am.
Okay, go ahead.
Not a sick flick.
Watchable?
I enjoyed it more than JP did, but so I guess it's watchable, but I think again it's more like a Netflix.
Okay. You definitely have to be in the right mood for it, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I would
Then I'm
definitely
probably
say
gonna watch it
all
again.
those movies I mentioned, that are some of like the best movies of all time. You can't watch if you're not in the right mood for it. So like, they're best watched on like a Saturday afternoon, not in the evening, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You gotta be in kind of a slow mood to watch a slow movie like that. But definitely sick flick for being the pace, and definitely parental warning. There's a lot of nudity.
Whole lot of android booty.
So a lot of androids. I just thought of them as plastic
things.
mannequins.
Yes.
So I guess I didn't think of it as nudity, but there was nudity there. And but absolutely loved it. I loved how dark it was and how cynical the ending was. I guess a little spoiler there, but we've already done so many spoilers. So
we spoiled the grab.
This whole review is a spoiler. Only watch it. Watch the movie before you watch this review, and if you have seen the movie, then let us know which side of the fence you're on.
John Peter's like, just don't watch the film.
Okay, if you've seen it and you watch this review, then
I don't think it would ruin it.
I
honestly.
think hearing from them
Maybe a couple
over here
surprises.
would maybe a cathartic experience for you if you hated it, and if you
true.
loved it, you'd have someone to revel in it with me.
Yeah.
Because I absolutely also loved it.
And I'm in the middle on this one, but I can't rate it a sick flick. So it's 1 out of 4 sick flicks.
And a lot of those.
Tough review for Ex Machina.
Yeah, definitely.
Tough
But
one. Sorry, Ava.
Yeah.
I was pulling for you.
I would say that's a good
Great
reflection.
sci-fi movie, though.
The reason I think that's a good reflection for this movie is because I think this movie is a movie that probably only about 1 out of 4 people are going to like. That 1 out of 4 person will probably love it, and there's going to be a couple that are like me who think it's a good film.
They might have been a
I
former
wanna
computer
see-
programmer.
I wanna
the ones
see
that
it.
like it
That's
might
probably-
be the computer programmers. of the
I
world.
want to see it again because I do think it's one of those films that is probably it's better their second viewing, but because there's a lot of interesting philosophical concepts that it brings about. But I agree with John Peter. Just read Frankenstein. It is a better telling of the same story.
Well, it's not a modern telling, and it's not a computer sci-fi
It's true.
telling.
It's
A
true.
computer sci-fi telling of that old story is why I loved it so much. That's
Yeah.
all it needed to be for me.
Yeah.
So you make it modern, and you throw in computers and AI, and I am totally there 10
Yeah.
times out of 10.
I mean, it sounds like a good film. Frankenstein with androids. Done.
In the future, set in the
Yeah,
future.
set in the
Yeah.
future. Obviously, it couldn't be set in the past.
No.
That'd just be weird.
Well, that it could be, sort of an H.G. Wells version of it.
Okay.
Set in the 19th
We
century.
got H.G. Wells behind us.
Um,
Anyway, Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments if you saw it, what you think, and is this a review that makes you want to see it, or do you not have to because we spoiled so much of it?
Sorry about that.
That dance scene though.
Thanks for watching.